Welcome to Briarcliff High School. Today it is the Bears girls soccer team going up against league rival Valhalla in a crucial matchup. Alongside me to call the action here today, my partner Jeremy Keston. Jeremy, good to have you again today. What are you looking forward to today in this matchup?
I've heard a lot of good things about the girls team, so I'm just looking to see what they can do. This is my first time watching a girls soccer game this year, so I'm excited to see what they have for the rest of the season.
Definitely. The girls have had somewhat of a rocky season, not the most consistent of seasons, but they have plenty of talent up front, a lot of senior leadership, a lot of four-year players, and a good, talented keeper in Cassandra Muniz. So we'll see what they can put together today. Valhalla, I believe they lost to Valhalla on Monday, so they're looking for some redemption today on their home turf. Some starters for the Bears. Up top, Amelia Leahy, Julia Duffy, Stephanie Vareem, and in the midfield, Jackie Contento, Sierra Salage, as well as Victoria Matina and Gabby Valpacho coming off the bench in midfield. And some defense.
Amelia Leahy, sister of Alex Leahy, one of my favorite players to watch on the Briarcliff boys team, so I'm excited to see if she shares any of the same skills as he does.
From what I've heard, the last game, even though they lost, she had quite an incredible goal, taking it herself the length of the field before putting it home. So again, we'll see what she's got in store for us today. On defense for the Bears, Kelly O'Donnell, Maya Salage, the younger sister of Sierra, as well as Karina Zielinski, and Elizabeth Kreppel anchoring the defensive line and also playing some mid. Jackie Contento is the captain for the Bears, the midfielder. Coach Owen Scully, seems like his umpteenth year as the coach of the varsity girls squad, along with assistant coach Hayden Morris. Again, Cassandra Muniz in goal. One of the best parts of the girls team, has made some acrobatic saves, pretty sure-handed. Bears want to establish the tone early, be aggressive, don't sit back. This is their home field. They want to defend it well.
Yeah, similar to what we saw with the boys last time. The girls just need to take it slow at first, keep possession, make safe passes. Don't really gamble on any passes, because if they give away the possession, Valhalla could easily make a counterattack.
Conditions quite warm for this time of the year. It is actually the first day of fall, September 21st, but it's in the mid 80s, if not upper 80s. And even though there are some scattered wispy clouds, the sun is burning right through, and we're actually getting a glare here in the box. And we will see how the heat as well as the sun affects the goalies and players. Obviously, the goalies are wearing some pretty heavy-duty gear. Muniz is in a full long-sleeve goalie tee, and the Valhalla goalie is wearing long pants to go with that long-sleeve goalie shirt. For Valhalla, their head coach is Krista Everett, assisted by Beth Hickey. That one will roll harmlessly out of bounds for a Bears throw-in off a little bit of a miscommunication for the Vikings. It's the Bears and the Vikings. Some may consider that an NFC North matchup if you're a football fan, but it is Section 1 girls soccer today. Kelly O'Donnell will be handling much of the throw-in duties. Gotta be aware, Cynthia Constantino said to us in her pregame chat that she will be man-marking today. She will be all over the field. Did not give us the player she would be man-marking for Valhalla, but we'll monitor her out, and it looks like that is Juliana Karate, the senior number 4. So she'll probably stick with her the length of the game, as well as the field.
Eli, how much of a role do you think the sun's going to play? Because right now, it appears to be in Cassandra Muniz's eyes. Not the best way to start the game. May hurt her. What do you think?
You know, it's an interesting decision. We talked about this with the boys' game versus Hastings on Friday. And, you know, the Bears, this is their home field. So you'd think they'd have some good knowledge of which side to pick. Maybe it's going to go down a little later. I mean, the game's going to be ending around 6 o'clock. But maybe they want her to be out of the sun for the second half. And a nice through ball played down the left sideline. Amelia Leahy on it. She's got pretty good speed on her. Barreling her way into the box. And the call is a goal kick from the official. Somewhat of a sparse crowd on hand today. A few Focky players, as well as a decent handle of parents. The boys are actually playing right now on the lower field, Turf 2, something they do not do often. Rare enough that we have varsity boys and girls soccer games going on at the same time at home. But it's a spirit day here at BHS, to say the least.
What I was going to say before, as Amelia Leahy was handling the ball, I think speed must run in the Leahy family. Amelia and Alex, two of the faster players I've seen on the soccer field.
Nice pun, Jeremy. Speed does run in the family. Elizabeth Kreppel, one of the main anchors, had a little trouble on that one, but was able to recover nicely. And that's Julia Duffy. Check that. And she will do a nice job drawing a throw in and possession. Coach Owen Scully roaming the sideline for the Bears. Known not to go very deep in his lineup, likes to keep his starters out there. And Cassandra Muniz is actually all about 40 yards away from her own goal, as the Bears are pretty deep in Viking territory. And a nice piece of defending there done by Maya Salage. We do apologize along the far corner sidelines here on our near side if there's any cutoff here from the booth. And the miscue came from Shannon Brosnan on that, and we'll turn it over to the Bears.
I do like the pressure that we just saw on those two throw-ins by the Bears, not really giving any of the Vikings players too much space to operate and leading to a turnover.
Elizabeth Kreppel will be handling much of the throw-in duty on the right side. She's got quite a throw on her. And now it will be Maya Salage as Kreppel will retreat to the center area. And that's a nice throw from her. Virtually uncontested, no Bears in the area. But she will draw a corner off of that. She will take it herself. Well, looks like Amelia Leahy was coming over to help her. But now it looks like it'll be long all the way. And the cross comes in on goal. Head was on, but couldn't quite get to the goalie. And there's a foul from Sierra Salage. A little bit careless with that one. She took down Juliana Karate, who we saw Cynthia Constantino marking earlier.
Sierra Salage taking a bit of an Omar Saleh role in this game so far, getting physical with the other players.
Jeremy, we'll see how we can draw those comparisons as we go throughout the game. Maybe, they got their scavenger hunt upcoming this week, or next week. So maybe it's some good car matches. See which girls players most like the boy. That one easily handled by the Valhalla goalie. Some Valhalla supporters here today. Not a ton, but making themselves heard.
Well, Kristen Tobin, photographer extraordinaire.
Just under a half hour left in the first half. 10 minutes gone by. No score. Cynthia Constantino involved in a minor collision there. Jeremy, if the Bears are going to put on an offensive display today, who should we be looking for to find the back of the net?
I think we should probably be looking for Julia Duffy and Amelia Leahy. Julia, a very talented forward. Amelia Leahy, also a very talented forward. Just two fast players, go with the ball. Very powerful shot. I think they'll be the Bears' key to success on offense.
And a nice little touch from Salage springs Julia Duffy into the box. And it's just a little too far on the second touch.
What'd I tell you, Eli?
There it was, a nice little play from Salage, playing some right midfield, and that was enough. Julia Duffy just couldn't quite get enough separation from the defense, which caused a slightly larger touch than she would have hoped for. Kelly O'Donnell on that sequence before did a nice job defending, and here she is again in a physical battle, laying the body on Shannon Brosnan, who's been quite a target for Valhalla so far. Sierra Salage went for the volley on that one, couldn't quite get it, and that one will elude Leahy. It is such an anomaly to have both brother and sister as such integral parts of their respective teams on the same sport, as that was clearly a handball off the forearm of Jackie Contento.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I would think they probably trained together. Two siblings being very good at the same sport, so a good partner to have, your own sibling.
And Valhalla will have a free kick, put on net, and Mooney's handled that well. Made it look easy, but did not look too easy from here. And if I can see all the way down to Turf 2, it looks like the Bears have already taken a 1-0 lead. The boys have. And here is Amelia Leahy seeing swaths of green down the right side, looking for Julia Duffy, and it rolled just beside her feet. Snatched easily, but a nice looking sequence there. And Valhalla will not make much of the little possession they had. Maya Salage, only a freshman. She played varsity last year as a middle schooler. There was no JV team last year, and she's obviously proved herself very capable, as she's earned herself a starting spot this year, and she played for some good time last year as well. This one awarded to the Bears as a goal kick. We've got a special spectator fan here today. That is assistant principal of the high school, Mr. Murphy, cheering on the Lady Bears. Oh, a nifty little flick by Melissa Giglio. She faked out a Bear defender on that one before turning it over.
I gotta see. I gotta do something. I'll explain later. How's it going? 1-0 Bears. It's nice.
It'll be Szilagyi taking the free kick.
Physical games so far. We've seen both teams try and make an impact, which results in a lot of pushing and shoving, throwing to the ground. Both teams really trying to make an impression on the other.
And we saw that. Owen Scully likes his teams to be very physical. We saw that earlier in the warm-up. They do a drill where they have two players both running for the same ball right in front of the net, and it is the other one, or each player's job to try to outmuscle the other for possession and then try to get a shot away. So always the opposition is in for a physical matchup when they play the Bears. Might have been a shove, but no call. That was Karina Zielinski there.
I think some of the Bears actually expected the foul on that one. They were just kind of standing around while the ball was rolling. Maybe a missed call by the referee.
I think Zielinski may have thought so too, but she got away unscathed. But the Bears do not be unscathed there, as handball called on Kelly O'Donnell. Unlucky. As the sun has started to shy away behind a few clouds. And this is a pretty good opportunity for Valhalla pretty early on. Just about 25 yards out. It'll be Karate taking it. Bears trying to assemble a four-woman wall. Mooney's calling out directions. Karate evades the wall, and Mooney's smartly lets it slide just wide of the left post. It was close. Probably got a couple parents' hearts to stop for a second, but she knew it all the way and made the right call. Karate just trying to really go around the wall on that one. Bears are tracking players nicely, always willing to lay the body, and it looks like Shannon Brosnan was actually tag teamed by 3 Bears. Brosnan has been a target, and Amelia Leahy comes up with the turnover. She's going to try to bust her way by, and she does. Amelia Leahy, a cutback. Amelia Leahy towards goal, and she puts it in on the rebound. What an effort by Amelia Leahy. She does it again, and the Bears have the lead.
Amelia Leahy putting in work on the offense for the Bears, looking like her brother on that play, taking it almost coast to coast for the goal.
Flashes of each other when Alex and Amelia play. She just blew right by the defender, as we've seen Alex do in his games, and all it took was a little cutback. She got her own ball back in the box, and by that time the net was wide open, and we knew the score would be a Bears lead. So a good start for the Bears. Less than 20 minutes in, they already have the lead. Hopefully that'll free them up and give them some more confidence, as Leahy has it again. And she easily slides by, darting towards the end line. That cross comes in. Looked like a hand from here. Took that kind of hand deflection. No call. Leahy easily breezed by defender Jenna Lynch before, as slight miscommunication by Mooney's and Szilagyi, but Mooney's is able to handle it, as that one will trickle out of play. Bears with possession.
So far, like I said, we're seeing a lot of Amelia Leahy and Julia Delphi on offense, 2 of the more talented players with the ball on their feet. Well, I'm guessing those 2 will be the key to success for the Bears today.
Well, you called it earlier, Jeremy. They'd have to look for some of the people you named. Julia Duffy and Amelia Leahy among them, and Leahy has already proved you right with an early goal. And now it'll go for Bears throw-in. No subs made yet by the Bears. As we mentioned before, Owen Scully content to leave his starters on for long periods of time. Can tire him out, though. And Sisters Salage will combine on that play for Bears possession. A correction, that will be a Valhalla throw-in. Valhalla playing with a very short bench today. They do not bring many players in. Only about 16 they're bringing in. 4 on the bench. 5 on the bench.
Cassandra Muniz going pretty far out of the goal right there. Looking like a female Manuel Neuer out here.
Well, she's been content as well to come out pretty far when the Bears have control in the opposition's quarter. And the ball down the right sideline by Valhalla. Maya Salage on it there. Nicely to put that one out of bounds. Cassandra Muniz very willing to be vocal and let her defenders hear it, whether it's move or encouragement, or whether they just need to get it out sometimes. She's willing to be vocal and do it. Now into the box. Looks like Valhalla had numbers, but they dribbled out of bounds. No harm for the Bears.
So far by both teams, we've seen a lot of just using one side of the field. For both teams, their offenses would maybe be a little more potent if they try to switch the field a little more often.
Switching the field, definitely a key part of some success today for each team. And there is actually an example of switching the field. Giglio is on it, shredding her way through the Bears' defense, but her shot goes wide left. Under 18 minutes to go in the half. Bears up a goal, 1-0 by virtue of an Amelia Leahy effort. Whistle blown by the ref, going the Bears' way. We got 2 photographers out here taken for the yearbook and various other school publications. Kristen Tobin and Charlotte Dillon. As here we have a rare sub. Julia Ventura coming in to give Sierra Salage a rest. She'll come in at midfield. And a little bit of a hole here. Julia Duffy will let that one roll out of bounds, but it was off a Viking defender. It'll be Salage with the throw-in into the box. No one there to receive. Now it's a couple Bears fighting for it. Julia Ventura in there, but not able to muster a strong shot away from whoever Bear that came from. There are actually two Sierras in today's game. Sierra Lockhart, the junior number 13 for Valhalla, along with Briarcliff's Salage. Not very often you see one Sierra, quite an anomaly you see two. Jerry, what do you think about that? Playing the name game here.
I think it's a good way to pass the time while we wait for a run by one of the teams.
Right now, it has been pretty stagnant since the Leahy goal. Neither team has really taken control or pressed the other, as we saw with the Bears, the boys, on Monday.
Briarcliff girls, however, playing pretty physical out here. Maybe the boys should start practicing with them a little more. They can the girls can teach them a little something.
Maybe they'll practice at the scavenger hunt. And Amelia Leahy into the box again, forcing the issue. And she'll draw a nice corner. Good work done by her. Salage will whip this one in. Another corner will result for the Bears. This time, Leahy alongside there. And they'll take a short corner, but a whistle.
Vikings at first, now they fixed it. First weren't defending it correctly. Only had one defender up to guard two Briarcliff players.
Well, that one went a little awry for Briarcliff. But Amelia Leahy on it again, cutting her way into the box. This time touched just a little too strong. And it's the Vikings who will have a goal kick. The guys still leading 1-0 on the lower field. Virtually simultaneous action. 13 minutes to go here in this one. In the first half. That pass wasn't really to anyone on the Bears, at least. And Maya Salage back as the last line of defense does a nice job. Cool, confident, and composed. Got it to O'Donnell. And the outlet would be a little sloppy.
Just like to give a special shout out to all the Valhalla soccer moms here at this game. Very vocal, making sure their presence is known.
Now Amelia Leahy putting it in the box. Julia Duffy is there. And a nice diving save made by the Valhalla keeper. Julia Duffy putting it towards the right corner, but just didn't have enough gas on it to blow it by her. Kelly O'Donnell, a nice aggressive play on the ball. She'll take two on, but it gets behind her on the risky gamble. Maya Salage back there again, the workhorse. And she'll force it back. But the Valhalla moms plenty content with the way their team is forcing the issue now. Now Valhalla facing a roughly a 20-yard free kick, a four-woman wall with Duffy, Constantino, Ventura, and O'Donnell. From our side of the field, we have a nice angle at it here. And that one is put over the wall, but just left. Never really had a chance. So for Valhalla, aside from a couple free kicks that have gone wide, really haven't pushed on the offensive end and gotten some great chances. Bears defense has done a nice job holding up. Maya Salage obviously playing well, as has Kelly O'Donnell. Elizabeth Kreppel, obviously, it's probably best when we don't call her name because that means she's doing her job on defense. Kind of like an offensive lineman in football. She does a nice job bodying out Karate there. Jackie Contento for Leahy, who's going to make a nice inside out and have plenty of room down the left side. She's got one defender to beat. Can't do it, but it rolls out of bounds and she'll gain possession.
Amelia Leahy's really doing it all out there for the Bears, looking like the LeBron James of varsity girls soccer.
Jeremy, you're killing it with those one-liners today. Nice throw into the box by Maya Salage. Bouncing around, Vareem putting it on net. Rolled across the net mouth. And it eventually would be put wide by Julia Ventura.
However, pretty good awareness by Jules Ventura to really notice that the shot wasn't going to go in, making an effort to try to get there, just couldn't put the finishing touches on it.
So far, Owen Scully has to be happy with the way his team has played. They have not given up much. Pretty tight on the defensive end. Hasn't been the cleanest of play in the midfield. And here there might be a lapse coming from the Bears defense, but Kreppel tracking well. The hustle pays off. And a wonderful defensive effort made by Elizabeth Kreppel, cutting off any chance that Emily Strapinski would have had on Mooney's. Play has not been the cleanest in the midfield, and there are a myriad of players, but clearly offside for Valhalla, just hanging out, sipping some iced tea behind the defense. It might be sunny, but they really shouldn't be lounging all the way behind the defensive line. And the mom is letting him know. But the offense has been efficient. Haven't had many shots on goal, but when they have, it's counted. Up 1-0 from an Amelia Leahy goal, and that one looked like it got Jenna Lynch somewhere unpleasantly. And she is down. Refs have not called it, and now they will finally stop play. It looked like the near official wasn't even looking near her. It was the far official on our side who stopped play. She'll be attended to by Briarcliff athletic trainer Jen Salvati. Always busy on game day.
Boys are running 1-0. Don't give them a shot. Oh, you did? You guys are alright.
Under 8 minutes in the first half left. And Amelia Leahy looking for more work down the sideline. Jeremy, you mentioned on Monday that the key for the boys was a high Alex Leahy usage rate, and today it seems that you can just take out the LEX of Alex and put in Amelia, and you'll get about the same result.
Yeah, right now, for the girls at least in this game, everything Amelia Leahy's touching is turned to gold. They're only getting good chances when Amelia Leahy dribbles the ball down the field.
In net, Valhalla having trouble clearing out, and it's fired just high and wide. Looked like Jackie Contento was in the vicinity of that strike. And this contest remains a 1-goal game. Some nice physical play there by Julia Duffy. Valhalla moms can't believe it. And more aggression from the Bears, forcing a throw-in.
It's times like this, I really wish we had a second microphone so we could just kind of sneak it in the Valhalla section and listen to all the complaints.
You know, Jeremy, I have a surprise. We do. It just might overlap with our audio here. But it would certainly pick up everything. It would probably pick up Cassandra's Mooney's breathing if we put that on.
Shout out to Jordan Bailey, #1 Baldwin.
Yes, and a shout out to Jordan Pelly. Ball boying today. Helping to put this production on. A nice cross in off the corner, but it just rolled by everyone. Bears still leading 1-0 on both fields, about 30 seconds apart in time. As Owen Scully has a chance to get up close and personal with his team on the field. They're right next to him on his sideline. He'll be barking out directions, namely to Karina Zielinski, the defender. Only a freshman who's so far played pretty brilliantly. Committed a foul, but not a very serious one. Ooh, nifty little over-the-head touch from the Valhalla midfielder. Refs letting a lot of things go today. Letting him play, always a good sign. Sometimes they call it tight, but today there hasn't been too much dirty play, just some hard physical play. Clean one of it, though.
Nice play, Crap.
And Elizabeth Kreppel will do a nice job forcing the deflection out off of the Viking. That ball from Kelly O'Donnell. Check that. Zielinski couldn't quite find another bear. As Amelia Leahy off a slight turnover, forcing Kayla Greenberg to just kick it out of bounds before any more harm could result. All it takes is a little separation, doesn't it, Jeremy?
Yeah, Amelia Leahy really, all she needs is one move, and she can already get past the defender, and she's clearly one of, if not the fastest players on the field. So one quick sidestep, and she's already behind the entire defense.
Tried a little turn and burn there, but it wouldn't quite result in anything except another throw-in. That one more of a line drive coming in. Kelly O'Donnell converging on it for the Bears. Not getting a shot away. And it's the Vikings just looking to go into the half down a goal, as they really have not put any pressure on Cassandra Muniz. Stephanie Vareem does a nice job pressuring Giglio to just finesse it out of bounds.
And that lack of offensive pressure by Valhalla, big work by Elizabeth Kreppel, really making sure that she's everywhere on the field, really, it seems, making sure that Valhalla doesn't get past her defense.
She's also been taking plenty of throw-ins. That one there, Julia Duffy has it at feet, but was tangled up. That one could not be kept in by Maya Salaj. And Amelia Leahy, both players went down on that sequence. And it looked like she tripped over the defender. She might have had a hand in taking down. If that was Shannon Brosnan, I'm going to chuckle because they've just been targeting her all day. You kind of feel a little bad for her because she's been taking a lot of shots, but when you're playing the Bears, got to be ready for it. This time it's Allison Portera. Out of the reach of hers, and now it's Jackie Contento, the Bear captain.
A lot of shoulders and physicality by the Bears today. I don't think either me or Eli could even last 5 minutes on this field.
Boy, we do sell ourselves short. We're now under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Time now up to referee discretion. As the Bears look to finish out the half strong, still leading. Julie Ventura has played the remainder of this half, giving Sierra a rest. But here now down the near sideline, it's Strapinski trying to equalize this game. But Kelly O'Donnell does a nice job to stall this sequence. One of the waning moments of the first half. And there it is. The Bears will go into half off of a nice 40 minutes, up 1-0 on the Valhalla Vikings. We'll be back in a moment for the second half action. Start of the second half about to be underway. Bears leading the Valhalla Vikings 1-0 in a pretty well-played first half if you're a Briarcliff fan. Jeremy, what did you like specifically about the first half that you want to see more of to close out this contest?
Well, first of all, can we make this like a little bit like Jeremy's halftime analysis? I like that we do this.
You know, we'll create your own segment that we can do during halftime to go with the broadcast.
Good to know. I like seeing, as I've mentioned before, Amelia Leahy handle the ball a lot.
And by the way, it'll be called the Jeremy Jiffy.
Nice use of alliteration there. The Jeremy Jiffy. I like seeing Amelia Leahy handle the ball. As I said before, when she gets control, really only good things happen for the Bears. I also like the Bears' defense. Weren't really tested much, but when they were presented with opportunities to make a play, they came up big.
Now it is Valhalla who will have first free kick of the second half, a set piece coming in, and it hit the crossbar off a deflection. It looked harmless, but Mooney's escapes near disaster.
That shot right there looked like what happens to me every time I play FIFA.
You pulled the goalie out a little too far, Jeremy. Now it's Zielinski making a strong play on the balls, trying to spring Leahy. She will outmuscle the defender, but get called for it. But Cassandra Mooney's and the Bears, fortunate to have their lead intact. Looked like that was Strapinski who just put a foot on it out of midair, and it just fluttered right over the head and luckily got iron.
Eli, I forgot to mention for my halftime report, I liked the energy and enthusiasm by the Valhalla moms here in the stands, really letting the refs know whenever they felt that there was a missed call.
The real MVPs. Little miscommunication by a couple defenders, Vareem and Contento, but to no avail for the Vikings, as the Bears will have possession with Zielinski on our near side. As Cindy Constantino now man-marking karate for the whole contest. She said she'd be doing that, and she has done it pretty admirably. Julie Ventura started the second half, now being subbed out pretty quickly in favor for Gabby Valpaccio. Sierra Salage has not gone back in since she was taken out. Gotta wonder if Coach Scully just wasn't very impressed with what he'd seen, or if she was having some injury troubles. Nevertheless, Bears tapping into their bench, something we don't see all too often, as Amelia Leahy will have it off the throw-in, blazing her way by the defense, getting a cross in, but no one is there to receive it. 36 minutes remaining in the contest. Actually, the boys and girls games are off by less than a second. And they're both up by a score of 1-0. So we may hear some cool endings today based on how these contests turn out. Bears also playing with a thin bench. They don't have a very big team. Nice piece of defending there done by Maya Salaj. And now it's Zielinski trying to make a play, deflected by the Viking. That's Brosnan, who's been taken to the turf multiple times.
I think that was Ava Greco poking the ball out. Just got subbed in. Instant impact for the Bears.
Didn't quite see who she came in for.
Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Put your umbrella.
It also looks like Victoria Matina comes in on defense. Number 2, the junior. It's a free kick coming from a corner-esque position, and it's Constantino and Matina on the wall.
Similar to Brandon Beck, Coach Owen Scully for the girls really making the best of his young talent.
As Mooney's looked for the punch, it's wobbling around, and somehow it stays out. Looked like Kelly O'Donnell made an athletic play to keep it out, and she might have saved the Bears a lead there. The moms know this one is important. That's a low, ugly-looking corner. And a little miscommunication. If Julia Duffy hadn't fell down, she might have been sprung free all alone for the length of the field, as Amelia Leahy does nice work to keep it in. Somehow they originally looked like they called it out, but now they make the correct call and give Briarcliff possession. Now Leahy doing it all herself again. Down towards the touchline. The cross is in. Duffy. Wide left.
See you tomorrow, bud. How's Brian?
Julia Duffy looks a little hobbled after she did a nice job to block that goal kick with her shin. Jackie Contento, a nice aggressive play, and the Bears might have a chance here. That one, Leahy off a defensive miscue. Leahy, and off the deflection, it hit the post. Nearly Amelia Leahy's second of the game.
Amelia kicked it a little bit towards the goalie, but a great play nonetheless by the Valhalla keeper.
Looked like it either took a deflection off the keeper or one of the defense, as she had a tight needle to thread and couldn't quite finish the scarf. A little too far for Jackie Contento. Sophia Mazza, not the car company, handling the goaltending duties for Valhalla. She's done a nice job to keep it just a 1-goal deficit for her team, who hasn't given her much support back or forward. The Bears have shown themselves to be the superior team who came to play today. The question is, can they hold it for the next 31 minutes? We know that Brendan Beck... check that. Owen Scully, I'm so used to saying Brendan Beck, likes to keep his starters out there. So hopefully he'll make the subs one right so that he doesn't tire his guys out. Ball in by Leahy. Matina couldn't get to that one. Valhalla Moms, the epitome of a parent coach. Zielinski, no pressure yet, but 2 converging on her. It looks like Krapel was taken down, but no call from the ref. As both games are approaching a half hour left, both Bears teams leading by a goal. And a nice piece of work by Matina to feed it back in towards the center. Julia Duffy in isolation with Gabby Valpaccio coming over to do a nice job helping. And it's become a little bit of a pinball, wouldn't you say? Now, a nice cooler temperature. Clouds have really covered up what glare was here at the beginning of the game. Pretty comfortable now. Good playing conditions. About 5:40 on this Wednesday early evening. Jackie Contento has options. Feeds it through on a ball for Julia Duffy. A little disjointed there.
This game looking, as of right now, a little similar to the Briarcliff versus Croton boys game we watched a couple days ago. Really, it's just Briarcliff kind of dominating on both sides, and and Valhalla just getting the ball, trying to clear it, and giving it right back to Briarcliff.
A nice piece of footwork by Victoria Matina to feed it to Amelia Leahy, but with a couple defenders back, could not make anything of that. And they will look to regroup. Nice piece of footwork by Rafaela da Silva. Maybe the sister of the famed and now graduated boys player for Valhalla, Caio da Silva, an all-state talent. Certainly, Rafaela is flashing her skills. And some nice aggression shown by Leahy, which will force a turnover before being given right back. She is coming. You are right, Valhalla Mom. Julia Duffy is closing in on Jenna Lynch. Not quite sure why Kayla Greenberg let that ball go out of bounds, knowing pretty certainly it would be a Bears throw-in, and she had plenty of time and no one around her. A little bit of a questionable decision on her part. Now we have a special guest here in the booth with us, Sam Driver, soccer expert. His father hails from land of King George. Knows plenty about the game. Now, how would you assess the Bears' play so far, Sam?
Well, I think, as Jeremy's pointed out throughout the game, Amelia Leahy has been doing a great job on the wings, and what's allowed the Briarcliff girls to control this game so much is that they really have been pressuring down the wings, and Valhalla defenders haven't quite figured out how to pick up the runners on the wings and the overlapping runs that have clearly been practiced a lot by their coach.
Sam, your voice just so soothing for these people watching our recording.
You may want to just, put some nice lotion on listening to this.
Sam Driver, voice like butter.
Sam is the soccer beat writer for the Briarcliff Bulletin. Just kidding, we don't have that because we're too small a paper.
It's news to me.
You're talking to the sports editor now, and he's the first one to say that. Valhalla has been awarded a free kick from roughly midfield. Thank you, Sam. We'll hope that you'll check in with us for some more appearances throughout the season. Always some great insight and commentary. Maybe unseat your friend, Jeremy Keston. Although I'm not sure you can beat his puns nor throwing analysis.
You're too kind, Eli, really.
Am I? Under 25 minutes to go. Bears clinging to a 1-goal advantage.
I think so far in this game, what's really set the Bears apart from the Vikings is their passing. The Bears stringing together good plays with short passes, whereas the Vikings are just kind of either going for the long ball or giving it right back to Briarcliff every time they touch it.
It's a good point you make, Jeremy. It's not like there has been one team taking control of possession for an extended period of time. It's really been a lot of turn and burn, go, just like Amelia Leahy showed there. And then turnovers. It's like we're watching a football game. It was a nice throw by Jenna. As Elizabeth Kreppel tries to muscle her way through two defenders, couldn't quite do so, and Valhalla trying to play a through ball. The Bears are back to defend nicely, still bobbling around. Sierra Lockhart went down on the play, and this one is sprung for Julia Duffy if she can outrun Olivia Bespolka. But she forces a throw-in nonetheless. Doing good work on the right wing. Have not seen much of Stephanie Vareem, and that may be why she was taken out in favor of Victoria Matina and Gabby Valpaccio. Obviously, Sierra Salage started and was taken out towards the end of the first half as Leahy is in the box looking to put a ball in, and the official ruled her past the touchline.
What I find interesting about watching the girls' game compared to what we see from the boys' game is that the girls really rarely complain to the referee about any calls or try to argue, whereas the boys usually almost always try to make their case.
Mia Leahy nearly came up with a golden chance. And a nice piece of passing done by the Vikings. Starting to find some holes in this Bears defense that has held stout so far.
Yeah, we got to remember right now, it's still only a one-score game, so the Bears really can't afford to mess up on defense.
Jackie Contento called for the push of Lockhart. Can't believe it, but after a quick discussion with the ref, decided it was best to go back and not incur a chance of a card. That ball put in by Greenberg looks like it went off of a Valhalla hand. Now Amelia Leahy trying to get through. She might have another one. A little too far on the touch. A nice piece of aggressive goaltending by Mazza. And Valhalla has 21 minutes to muster a goal. Victoria Matina putting the pressure on. Trying to thread it to Julia Duffy. And a good piece of boxing out done by Bess Polka on Duffy, who's tried to find her way through the defense but has not done so yet. It's been tough sledding other than the Leahy goal for either side. Bears have had the better of the chances, but no great flurry of them. Crowd slightly thinned out. Pretty much the fat cut off of the spectators who aren't usually here. It is the die-hard Section 1 girls soccer fans. Ball bounding around right in front of the Briarcliff sideline. Having a tough time settling it. Strong play by Amelia Leahy. Was actually knocked to her feet, but still got it back. As the physical play continues, Cynthia Constantino caught on her heels a little bit, had to change direction. But Elizabeth Kreppel is there to stop it for the moment, and a nice piece of defending by the captain, Contento, as the Bears will look to change from defense to offense.
Amelia Leahy, throughout this game, has shown that she's got speed, she's got skill, and now showing off a little power, really bodying defenders.
She's turning on the motor here, calling for Matina in the box. The run wouldn't quite work, but she has it back. Julia Duffy couldn't quite get the foot on it. Jackie Contento, a try that went way wide right. Just trying to put it on net, and it took a funky hop on her. Victoria Matina playing with a taped-up knee. And some physical play. Drawing some distress from the Valhalla crowd. Looked like Cynthia Constantino might have been in on that. Valhalla trying to find offense. They haven't had any, and they won't find it there. All called offsides. It's becoming a little late for Valhalla now. Plenty of time for a goal, but they have not shown any promising signs as to that they're going to earn one. Cassandra Mooney's in the half. Besides that unlucky crossbar, if you're a Valhalla fan, has not been tested at all, as we saw in spurts in the Croton game where, as I said, Jeremy or I could have been put in for Harrison Singer.
Cassandra Muniz, if you just noticed on the camera, doing stretches back there, standing at about the 35-yard line, really not being tested at all, feeling very comfortable on the field.
In the box, Leahy and Duffy trying to make something, and they can't. But the outlet was a little sloppy, and a good play made by Zielinski, just forcing the ball out, keeping it in the Valhalla side of play. That time Zielinski, the unfortunate recipient of a bounce that looked like it might go Valhalla's way, but ended up trickling out for a Bears throw-in. And this might be Mooney's first action of the half. Not quite of the half, but in a while. But no. She let that one wisely roll wide. She had to come out on that, though. And 2 substitutions being made for the Bears. Ava Greco coming in for Gabby Valpaccio. And in for Victoria Mattina, Bridget Richer. Ava Greco, a junior, and Richer, a sophomore. Richer immediately getting herself into the string of things. Putting her body on the ball. That time, Leahy just slightly misjudged it. And the call going against the Bears. Mia Leahy cannot really find reason in the call. Valhalla Mom's always finding reason. But it looked like she was really pushed back by possibly Karate, just in a sea of players. As we're under 15 minutes. It looks like there was some kind of stoppage in the boys' game down below, as they're still up 1-0, but they're trailing this game by a few minutes. Scully and Morris chirping out directions from the sideline. As Valhalla has some room, they're going to put it in, but nobody there. Coach Brian Burns has found his way onto the bench right near the water cooler. Don't know how he got on the field from all this flight security. And here's Bridget Richer moving in, defenders closing in, and her shot is going to be blocked by a defender. She couldn't get a ton on that one on her weaker side. And a good piece of defending off a pass up the field. Zielinski was there to stop any rush from the Vikings, as Leahy will switch the field, but the switch went a little too far.
Right now we're really seeing both teams better defense than offense. Both Briarcliff and Valhalla applying a lot of pressure to ball handlers, and neither team really getting too many good shots off.
It's been the Bears' friendly opening whistle, who found themselves in the driver's seat as Cynthia Constantino took Allison Portera to the turf. Looked like the ref would let him play for a minute on our side, but the far referee decided enough was enough. Valhalla Moms calling for a change.
I was about to say, he probably heard all the cries of Valhalla Moms and decided to make them happy for once.
Not quite the red card they were looking for, but we'll provide them with a free kick. A long one coming in. As Greenberg's pass for Brosnan was offside. Kelly O'Donnell done a nice job defending today. Amelia Leahy's really been the focal point of the offense. And O'Donnell involved in a mini collision with Portera. Brosnan's been getting a break from the early falls. As Amelia Leahy, who's gone left, who's gone right, who's gone up and back. She's been everywhere today, and she'll do a nice job forcing another throw-in.
This game's looking like a wrestling match right now with all the knockdowns and throwdowns. I can see why, although sometimes unreasonable, the Valhalla moms are upset, but pretty physical game.
The physicality really has picked up. We didn't see a ton of it early in the first half as Leahy puts a header, but easily handled on the hop by Maza. Physicality really has picked up. Didn't see too much of it in the first half, but there have been a few more takedowns and cries from the Valhalla crowd. They have 10 minutes exactly to find an equalizer before the Bears will take home the dub.
Girls out here really showing off their physicality, making the boys soccer team look like boys, actually.
Jackie Contento now arms extended by both players. She was in a tango with Sarah Adams. It will go Valhalla's way. Owen Scully now directing his defense to sit back a little bit on this. A turn and a fire by Karate right into Mooney's. And a scoring update from the lower field. The Bears have taken a 2-0 lead over Westlake. A little over 12 minutes remaining in that one. Hopefully the boys can put together a 2-game win streak, something they really have not seen much of in this pretty early season. Looking to climb over 500.
Alex Leahy scored.
And it's Alex Leahy. I know it'll come as a surprise to no one, who finds the back of the net. He's the assist leader, and now he's got a goal. Jeremy, I'm sure you must be tingling on the inside. You just love watching him play. But 8:20 left here on our entertaining contest. It's been a defensive battle, a defensive slugfest. Not a ton of flashy play besides that single run from Leahy. And now the Bears have earned themselves a corner. If they can cash in on this, this might be the icing on top of the cake. It's a nice service in. It's out of the reach, and it's in! It went through the keeper's hands, and the defender, Zielinski, doubles the Bears' lead. That might be her first goal.
Zielinski, assisted by Maya Salaj. Bears lead 2-0.
It was a great high corner looping in from Maya Salaj. Maza went up to handle it with two hands, but it went right through, and standing there to just kind of nudge it in with her body through a couple defenders was Zielinski. And that might be the icer for the Bears.
We haven't seen much of Cassandra Muniz today, but I'd have to say she's winning the battle of the keepers right now. Sophia Maza for Valhalla just hasn't done too much today, let up 2 goals. This one, bit of a mistake on her part, letting the ball go through her hands, whereas Cassandra Muniz hasn't been tested, but whenever Valhalla's made an attempt, she stepped up.
Valhalla trying to come on the counter. They now need 2 goals in just over 7 minutes. Now Valhalla trying to force it on goal, but from no position to do so, and that will just come to Mooney's after she lets it fall to her. Bears will milk it at this time of the game. They're not going to rush it. They're up by 2. If you're hearing the siren, we don't know what it is either.
Sorry, technical difficulties.
Ava Greco carving away into the box. Won't get a touch on it, but it goes for a corner.
Back on the other side of the field, we saw Sierra Lockhart, I believe, almost with the shot on goal for Valhalla. It took one too many touches, however, and Briarcliff defense knocked it away like we've seen all day.
Bears have really stoned the Valhalla attack at its roots. And Coach Owen Scully will have to be happy about that. See if the Bears can add some insurance. As a risky touch will jump out of play. That hit off the field goal posts. Went off a chest of a Valhalla defender, which should go for another Bears corner, and it will. Maya Salaj doing more servicing in. It's a knuckler, and Maza just nonchalantly gobbles it up.
No butterfingers this time for Sophia Maza. Just easy shot for her to pick up.
Give and go attempt here from Valhalla, looking for a spark. It's just not strong enough, but Karate trying to make her own run, getting by Kreppel. Now, the Vikings have been awarded a free kick. It might be slightly obstructed from your screen. It's Karate going over a 3-man wall of Constantino, Greco, and Richer. Mooney's back, and she punches it backwards over her head. Nice play by Cassandra Muniz. The moms are right. They do have to watch the clock. They've only have 4 minutes to score 2 goals. Not an easy feat. And even more time will come off the clock as a substitution made by Valhalla not helping their time situation. Coming off, Emily Strapinski, who's played a majority of the game, had some nice moments. And Kayla Greenberg is back on. A short rest for her. That looked like it might have taken a hand, possibly off of Kreppel. No call nonetheless, and Jackie Contento looking to spring either Richer or Leahy down the seam. Leahy's going to make a run for it. She's challenging the defender well. She's done it all afternoon. And it will take a deflection off her cleat and go for Valhalla. Throw in. Jeremy, we're almost complete with this here. Bears putting together a complete performance as Amelia Leahy will take her sweet time.
Yeah, we haven't really seen good, clean possession like we're used to, but the Bears, behind Amelia Leahy leading the offense and through some nice set-piece plays, gave them the chance to take control of the game with 2 goals.
They have absolutely shut down any Valhalla attack to this point. There has been nothing doing on the offensive side of the ball if you are a Viking. So while it might not be a completely cleanly played game, it's been a little sloppy on both sides. It's really been a one-sided affair. And before that, I'd like to point out that the ref put on those motors. made a nice stop with those kicks of his.
Another hot take back there by Eli Karp, getting pretty famous for those, Eli. Good job.
You're famous for one-liners, and Ava Greco will put that right into Mazza's chest. Never left the ground. And we are under 2 minutes. Refs will blow the whistle at any moment now. There have not been many stoppages in this game. Obviously not a ton of subs. And not many injuries. Bears just gonna be content to kick it away at this point and secure their 2-0 victory. And a quick update on the boys. They're up 2-0 with a little under 4 minutes to go, as Brenda Anton will come into the game for Julia Duffy. Anton immediately getting in on the action. Her brother Dan plays starting left wing for the boys.
30 seconds.
Briarcliff really raises sibling soccer pairs. Nice to see.
It is, and with just a few moments remaining in this one, I'd like to thank you, Jeremy, for having another fantastic time, as well as my cameraman and woman, Brandon Denoff and Sarah Call, as well as a nice guest appearance from Sam Driver, who we'll hope will stay with us in future games. And that will do it. A complete performance from the Bears girls soccer team secures a 2-0 win in a crucial league matchup versus Valhalla. Thank you for tuning in with us. We will see you next time.